identify opportunities for new cooperation in sustainable transportation, infrastructure and related areas. And I also appreciate the open and frank discussion between business and government, because it's during this occasion that we actually can sort out difficulties and problems that you run into. And that's very important for me and for my Chinese counterparts. So that is what government is for. In March, the Swedish government launched our own Team Sweden-China platform for better cooperation between us, agencies, organizations, who jointly support Swedish business interests. And of course, Business Sweden is in this regard very, very important for us. And then, after midsummer, Prime Minister Stefan Löfven visited China together with 3 cabinet ministers, business delegation, representatives of several key government agencies. Many of you in this room, moving floors, were part of that delegation. Gotland is also important, even if it's east of Skövde. With a totally 149 delegates, it was the biggest Team Sweden delegation to China ever. It was actually the biggest trade delegation ever conducted by the Swedish government. And this was, of course, to facilitate matchmaking for potential future partnership for green innovation, trade, and more investment. The delegation covered 7 cities in China and held high-level meetings with ministers and governmental representatives, as well as business seminars and other outreach activities. The meetings with President Xi and Premier Li were particularly appreciated. Thank you very much, Embassy and Ambassador, for facilitating these 2 very important meetings for my government. We're working towards an innovation partnership now for sustainable development between Sweden and China, and a concrete plan so that our innovations and companies can tackle the great societal changes in our time, like climate change, urbanization, aging population, healthcare, digitalization, all of these really pressing challenges that we share together. Therefore, our Swedish Innovation Council, chaired by the Prime Minister, has launched 5 innovation partnership programs, and this is an offer to co-create with you. And this is also where we spend most of our research and innovation funds, the Swedish private business as well as the government. 3.5% of the Swedish GDP. We allocate these funds in 5 focus areas. This is sustainable transportation, it's the smart cities, it's the bio-based economy, it's the life science, and it's the connected industry, automatization, digitalization, 3D printing, and beyond. And it's in these areas that you will find the most advanced clusters in Sweden. And in these areas we're inviting Chinese and also overseas investments. And I would like and encourage you as a chamber to take a deep look into these areas. So let's join in cooperation. So we have a great deal of momentum in our relations to build on our future cooperation and exchange. And we are also in all matters in deep contact with the Embassy of China, and we discuss all matters, also those where we disagree. But I'm sure that we can overcome even them. The Chinese Chamber of Commerce here in Sweden will be another valuable platform for dialogue and exchange. I mentioned a few already. Sweden is among the world's most competitive economies, a leading startup nation. Stockholm is only next to Silicon Valley, a startup unicorn per capita city. And above all, Sweden is a country characterized by openness, transparency, human rights, free trade, which are underpinning our prosperity and welfare system. And in these times of growing populism and protectionism in the global economy, we need to work even harder to promote the advantage of free trade by promoting economic reforms, market access, transparency in our respective countries. And we need a bold and investment. And right now, I think what is most pressing, and the debate that we will be even a greater part of, is that we need bold and ambitious investment agreement between EU and China, which enhance market access. And we need it now to ensure a level playing field for our companies, as well as for your companies here. And this will be very timely, because that's what we see in the debate right now in the Swedish press and also in the European press about the investment issue. If we don't sort out this, it can actually be a wet blanket over the future cooperation. So I think that is very important. We will be engaged in that. Investment in infrastructure is also crucial to achieve the goals of the Agenda 2030 and the Paris Agreement, which are both important priorities for Sweden. I'm pleased about the enhanced cooperation with China in these areas. Sweden and Swedish companies offer world-leading solutions with examples of infrastructure, technology, equipment, as well as within the areas of sustainability and CSR. So thank you very much, Chamber, and also all the actors and companies present here today who are already working in these regards. I'm happy to see the Chinese Chamber of Commerce has made a good start as a platform for dialogue and promotion of business and investment deals between our both countries and being a part of this fantastic journey. So I wish you good luck for the future. And now the final pitch will Skövde. Everyone waiting for that. In a couple of minutes we will actually all turn on Eurosport or Channel 5 to see the opening of the Olympic Games in Pyeongchang. But in 4 years' time, Beijing will be the first city who will organize first the Summer Olympics and later on the Winter Olympics. So in 4 years' time, we will turn on our TVs almost at the same time at the noon in Sweden to watch out the future of Charlotte Kalla to take even more gold medals. And she will do it in Changyai-ko, which is the twinning city of Skövde. So there I got it. And Skövde has important actor, both the Volvo car